Hello everyone, this is Carmen again from ICV On. I'm very excited today because we have a special guest. Her name is Isis.
Hi!
And let me tell you a little bit about Isis. She is an early intervention specialist, and I thought that who's going to be the best to talk about this topic today than her, since she's dealing with babies and families. I thought she was going to be give us a good advice and good ideas of what she thinks about it. So our topic today is love. Isis, what is love for you?
Oh, that's a great question. I think love is what makes everything move. I think it's the whole purpose we're here. I always say jokingly that I think that this is God's social experiment to see if we can manage to find love despite any challenges or obstacles that we're faced with. So to me, love is not only a feeling, not only an action, but I think it's a perception, a way of life that we should all be aware of. And I think that we are. We just only know different levels of them. And sometimes we have the ability to, we hyper focus on one levels versus others. But I think that it would be fun to really have a discussion about what love is and where it stems from, and how we can, have an awareness that serves us all the time. So I'm excited to talk about love. Love is for me is essential. So I'm looking forward to chatting about it a little bit more. So Thank you for having me, Carmen.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad that you're here. I think that for me, at least, love is this deep emotion that you feel inside that moves you to do things either for you, for others, or for anything around you. It's a very strong force,
almost like Star Wars.
Yeah.
But in 3 steps. I really like it. Yeah. I think that's great.
Yeah.
So if I hear you correctly, step 1 should be like self-love, right?
Self-love, definitely.
And I know that you've talked about this before. So self-love would be the first one. And I agree. I think that if we have the ability to, take that little selfie and kind of analyze how we're feeling internally, I think it's a pretty good step or initial, inventory of, if I'm feeling a certain way, how does that manifest in my external? And so if I'm feeling really good about myself and I'm feeling like I'm doing the things that I enjoy doing, then with a high probability I'm probably manifesting it, and that's what I'm seeing in my external world. I really like the fact that, taking time to check in with myself and seeing where I am and if I need to regulate, or if I even needed to, take a step back and say, well, maybe I'm not feeling this great, and therefore that's why things around me are not working. I think that's a really good indicator for me to kind of, say, okay, what do I need to do to be able to feel the way that I like feeling most of the time? So I think that's a really great first step.
Yeah. Like with your experience in the daily basis and on this, what you do, how can you give us an example of self-love during that, situations like that?
So for me personally, I try to make a conscious effort every single day when I wake up to kind of determine what kind of day I want to have, and I know that if I am in a great mood, I feel like everything moves a lot smoother and a lot quicker. When I'm working with my families, I try to really look at what the family dynamics is that day, maybe that I'm visiting. And if I feel like there needs to be a little bit of reflection before we get started, I definitely go through that process with them. because I feel that if they want to have really good results with their babies, they have to really take a good look at where they are, and see if they're in tune to being able to project love or to project, you know, confidence or whatever it is that they need to be projecting at that time to be able to help or work with their babies.
Yeah.
So I think that, you know, that first step for self-love is really key, because it puts you in check, and it really helps you determine what it is, how it is that you need to be moving or operating or doing the things that you do on a daily basis.
Yeah, definitely. I think that you're right on that. The outside is just a projection of your inside. So that's what I make a lot of remarks on feeling great, feeling amazing, feeling happy, find any excuses to, you know, just feel good, because then you're going to see it on the outside, you know. And besides the inside, after you look at inside and you feel love inside, then I think the second step will be to look or to love others.
I think that's it's almost like a natural progression. It's like the step 2. And the reason I say it's like a step 2 is because when you're already feeling in a state of, or you're in a perception of love, naturally you want to spread that love, and so it starts to, in your manifestation, show itself. So love of others, whether you're kind or whether you're paying it forward or you're just taking a moment to smile at another person, that's a way of your love to kind of start to bleed into what your everyday interactions become. If I'm feeling happy, then obviously, and I have my family and my spouse, then I will start to manifest things that really start to show what that love looks like. And it's not necessarily, you know, with a kiss or a hug, but it might be a smile, it might be a gesture, it might be a thought. And so when they catch on to my expression of love and however way it's being manifested, I feel that it really makes a difference in how they start to possibly perceive what their day might look like. I also see that happen a whole bunch when I'm with my families. If I walk into a session and I'm really happy and bubbly and really excited to see what they've accomplished, and I can celebrate their accomplishments because I come from a place of love, then they kind of get contagious, and all of a sudden their disposition, even how they feel at that time, it might shift. And so what I'm doing is I'm almost creating a contagious reaction to my happiness and my love that I think that makes a huge difference. What do you think?
Yeah. I think that loving others is contagious. You know, when you have that love inside of you and then you start projecting it to other people, they feel it. It's something, it's such a strong force, you know, that I think that love reunites us. You know, instead of being hating or not liking other people, just think about love. This is how I look at it, you know. That person is just an extension of who I am.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You know, and if I can see it that way, it's all about perception, then I can start loving them.
Yeah.
Because you love yourself, you know.
Yeah.
And I think also the third step will be to love everything around you, your environment, right?
Yeah. So a little bit back on what you said about the Force, almost like Star Wars, the Force may be, you know, the Force is with you. I think that's a very true statement. Love is not, you know, I talked about it being an action and I talked about it being a feeling, but I think that most of all it's a force. It's like this energy field. Yes. And if you can feel and see what love can do, that power of love, you know, not only does it transmit to your interactions, but it really does truly spread beyond those interactions and those people. You start to see it in everyday things. You know, we have a beautiful fire going, which now is kind of, you know, going away, but because it's been burning for a while. However, you know, the beauty of the fire just burning, even the beauty of it starting to taper down is amazing. And the beauty of the trees and the lights and the moon and the star, and as romantic as all those things really sound, you know, they really do seem beautiful, because I'm coming from a place of love and appreciation, not only of myself, not only of my fellow humans or the people that I'm interacting with, but also the love and appreciation that I feel for existing in this space. I mean, how lucky are we humans that we get to live in a beautiful planet that gives us oxygen, that gives us water, that gives us trees, that gives us so many beautiful sceneries for us to interact and engage in. So, I mean, it sounds really, you know, it seems big what I'm saying. It seems, you know, blockbuster type things that I'm talking about, but it really is true. Even the smallest things also become as big as the moon and the stars. So for me to love so passionately as I feel that I do, for me to feel the love that I do for myself and that I feel for Carmen and my family, and to feel the love that I do for everything that surrounds me, I think that's huge. I think there's so much to be said about the force of love. So
yeah, I think that love is only love is real.
That's true.
You know,
that's true.
It makes you think. At the end of the day, when you sometimes have to make a harsh decision, or you don't agree with somebody, when you look inside and you think about it, you know, if only love is real, is it really worth it to go through all this? You know, and then that love that you feel is going to move you to, you know, be compassionate, love one another, and be kind to other people, you know. And if nobody have told you this, I love you. You know, you're not alone. We love you, and we
definitely
here to share.
100%.
We want to share this with you. I hope you like it. Anything else that you want to share? You want to say?
I don't know. I think it would be worth to recap our 3 steps, because 3 steps to love. I mean, who thought that there would only be 3 steps? But step number 1, self-love. Love yourself. Take time to do that little selfie that we talked about before, and see where you are, and see if you're coming from a place of love. You know, step number 2, love one another. You know, go out and just give a wink, a smile, a hello, and, you know, just spread that love that you're feeling inside. And step number 3, you know, remember, this is a force. Love is a force, and everything that's around us comes from a place of love. Mother Earth loves us, and so we should give Mother Earth the same respect and love that we do. So, love of self, love of others, and love of everything that surrounds us. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. Thank you for having me.
I love you. Thank you for being here.
I love you too.
And love you guys. I hope you like it. Don't forget to like and subscribe below. And if you press the little bell, then you're going to receive notification when the next video come up. Okay? So, have a wonderful time. We love you. I love you.
Love you.
Bye.